How's it going, everyone? It's time for another Forza 5 car build. In that last episode I said I quite fancied taking a look at some American muscle, so the car I've picked out to feature this time is the classic Dodge Charger. This vehicle is actually one of these special DLC unlocks, unless you're one of those VIP Forza players who got all these unlocks for free right at the start of the game. But I'm a sucker and I paid £2.40 for this little car in game. I otherwise quite fancied playing around with the old Mustang, but I'll leave that for a future episode. I'm quite tempted to pay the full £40 and unlock the complete car pack to access all the DLC cars that are going to be released as part of the full lifetime of Forza, but to be honest, I don't know how long I'll be playing this game. I'm certainly enjoying it at the moment, but unlike, say, Battlefield, I know for sure I'll get my DLC contents worth out of that game. But anyway, this video is all about the Dodge Charger, and I was trying to think of some possible car builds that I could have done, but the Dukes of Hazzard General Lee is a no-brainer, and it seems to be the only build that all the other Forza players could think of, since all the ready-made designs are all versions of the General Lee. This particular one is actually a ready-made one that I picked out. There's no point in me sitting down trying to create myself a replica when there's some great ones already made. So this one comes along with quite accurate numbers on the side, as well as the full Confederate flag and the General Lee titles on the roof. So all I really had to do was go through and upgrade all this car's performance features and completely strip it out and add the roll cage. Although I did actually go back and downgrade some components, specifically the camshafts, which increase the rev range. The maximum upgrade bumps it up to around something like 8,000 to 10,000 RPM, which didn't really seem right for a muscle car, so I've downgraded that back down to around a 6,000 RPM redline. Then I also ended up going back through and downgrading a lot of the engine performance to make this thing a little bit easier to control. As I talked about in my last episode where I played around with the S2000, I'm still getting used to driving rear-wheel drive vehicles without traction control and driving assists, so I found myself just spinning around in circles with this General Lee. I did finally manage to get myself a nice little lap on the Indianapolis circuit, which I thought was quite fitting with it being a classic American race circuit. I was quite tempted to do the full oval circuit in true NASCAR style, but I thought the twisty corners would provide me with some opportunities to try some little drifts. I want to improve my skills a little bit more before producing myself a full-on drift build. So next up I think I'm going to have to work on practicing driving in manual. I think that's one of the keys to be able to drift, to stop your character from shifting up or shifting down to maintain those skids. You might have noticed in this video that I'm now living it up with 3 million credits to spend. That was all through a reward that you can get by signing up on the Forza Motorsport website. If you've played any of the previous games, you get some nice little rewards of cash and free cars, so I definitely recommend signing up on there if you haven't already. I'd previously only played Forza 3 because it came along with my Xbox 360, but with just Forza 3 and Forza 5 in my stats, I got a nice 3 million credits to spend. So next up I quite fancy treating myself to a nice sports car, so I think the theme for the next episode might have to be a build of my dream car. So if you are interested in seeing what car I'd be driving if I was a millionaire, then the best way to do so is to hit that subscribe button. Alternatively, you can always follow me on Twitter or Facebook to get a heads up when new content is posted. If you want to check out any of my previous car builds, there's a link down in the description to the full playlist. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.